Audio Adventures is a D&D 5th edition podcast that deals with possible themes of gore, trauma, and societal issues. Specific trigger warnings can be found in the description. Listener discretion is advised.
Last time on Audio Adventures. As the owl notices this familiar person and continues up the mountain. And when I say several, there are two Goliaths standing on two sides of a large pink portal.
Okay, but hear me out. You fly right above the portal and we just jump into it from the sky.
He can make us look like big, bad, fearsome clouds.
Think we should try that first. Feathers start to appear on my body.
And you hear below you, guys. Hey! Hello?
Can I help you?
I was gonna tell you guys that, I don't know who you are, but, we are about to have a feast in our village, and we don't take kindly to strangers. And I just wanted to let you know that some security is coming your way, and I don't want to see another person die. I'm Billiana, by the way. Hi. Take me with you.
Hello and welcome to Audio Adventures. This is a D&D 5th edition podcast that is made by friends, with friends, and for friends. And if you clicked on us, buckle up. It's going to be a crazy magic carpet ride for you and me. This podcast is used by my nerdy friends and I to escape our lives for a time and act out some pretty ridiculous scenarios. And we are so glad to have you here. A couple things before we start. Our group loves the rule of cool, so I'm sure we will get rules wrong. So if we do, please feel free to tell us in a kind fashion down in the comments. Also, if you want to contribute to the fantastical world of Seblos where this campaign takes place, please make a comment and you may be seeing that kobold cleric in the very near future, along with your name in the show as well. Now, please grab a seat and some popcorn, and let's meet our Wandering Vanguard. All of you are exhausted, and you'll start to fall asleep. In the distance, you all hear several four-legged creatures just running off in the distance of the forest. Whoever wants to give me a perception check can.
I'll do perception. I'll assist.
I rolled a natural 20. So it's a plus. Wait.
So you still had exhaustion, so that was a straight roll.
That was my straight roll, so
cool.
It worked out.
So you are... Belliana had just left, and all of you are sitting down on this carpet. Valentine and Koros and Ekman and Virgil, all of your NPC buddies, are all laying down and sleeping, seemingly put very just peaceful into this. Very nice looking compared to the rest of the forest clearing. And in the distance, you do indeed hear, with your such a high roll, you hear several wolverines. You can probably guess, remembering the sound as you fought the Goliath to get back Valentine's husband before. So you can guess that it's probably a scouting party, and they're making sure that nothing's happening around their encampment. That's weird. But you also notice that you can't see outside of the clearing. Even with your high perception check, it seems that these trees have been grown in such a way or moved in such a way that this has become such like a natural boundary that Beliana has been able to escape to. So you can hear everything that's going on the outside, but you don't see it.
So, like, does it sound like they're coming our way?
It sounds like they are not coming your way. It sounds like they are following a specific set path, you can probably guess, because it sounds like they are probably... The closest they get would probably be within about 40 feet of all of you, but they ride by so fast that they don't look past the thick trees. It looks like they're going to like a specific route.
How many C's thick?
Pretty darn, you can't see them through.
So about
The
3,
trees.
maybe 4?
Probably about 6.
Oh, dang, that's pretty thick.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. I go back to sleep.
Cool.
I would probably like poke Tomb, who's not asleep. It's like, just keep an eye out for Wolverines. They're out there, but it doesn't seem like they're gonna find us. And I fall asleep.
Tim, you hear Tim give out a low screech, like,
Like, eh.
and seemingly he is looking at the horizon of the trees. Just rolled his perception. All right. Nyx is fast asleep. Phil, his fox, or no, Phil is gone. Toothless, his dragon, curling up next to him.
Wait, will I lose my exhaustion now?
Not quite yet. It's not
I
morning
get-
yet.
Dagger.
Red guest.
Tis I, Red Guest.
As you settle down and start sleeping a little bit away from the group, you find it pretty hard to fall asleep. It takes you a little bit longer than you're accustomed to fall asleep. And once the darkness claims you, you feel weird. You look up when your eyes open and you see trees above you, but not the trees that you've been seeing around you this entire time. Very familiar looking trees in the sense of you've seen them up and down the mountain of Zoomwell. And your eyes kind of scan downward, and you look down and it looks like you're swaddled and you feel smaller. Familiar voices of a man and a woman Tabaxi are speaking, pretty muffled. And if you want to try to hear what they're saying, you can give me a perception check.
Perception check. Ooh, that is, I believe 23. Let me check. Nope. No, yes, that is 23.
Alright. It is pretty darn muffled, but you get bits and pieces of, generally you get the word Cloyopolis comes through, and then mountains, and then how are, sort of like bits and pieces of phrases are coming through and hitting you in the ears. These are very familiar voices, and when they hit your ears after the initial shock, you feel pretty calm. Lights flash in your eyes, and then suddenly you hear a third voice that is deep. Pretty familiar to you as well. A little more familiar than the man and the woman that seem to be carrying you through a forest. The bits and pieces you get here, seemingly it seems like this man is reaching out and seems very genuine, trying to help. And the man and the woman seem to agree and accept said help. Suddenly the forest turns dark again, and it's raining all around. And then suddenly you're dry. And you feel your body become weightless as you seemingly go into the air and then land on the ground, hearing in the distance several screams. Hearing the word moss be screamed several times. And several laughs. And they get quieter and quieter and quieter. And as the lights dim and the screaming gets quieter, the last thing you hear is, "Oi, what do we have here?" Everything is black after that. Flashes of the same scenes play over and over through your head. You normally don't have too many dreams, but this one is vivid. And that continues for a while. And as the night turns into day, the sun cuts through some gray clouds above your head. All of you wake up to thunder in the distance as you look to the west to see several gray clouds starting to approach your destination. You may say that you have a long rest. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
We should probably get things packed up. Is Belliana back?
You look around. You don't see Belliana yet.
You're right, though. We should probably pack before she gets back.
Yeah.
Tavis starts to pack up his things.
Alright.
So does Tab, bro.
Alright. And Ekman and Tomb and Nyx get up, start to help. Nyx a little less. It looks like he's writing in his journal, seemingly sketching more. And Koros looks at all of you. So I know I haven't really been talking to all of you, but as you seemingly were my rescuers, what's the plan?
Well, that's a good question. So right now the plan is get to the Feywilds. We have to get through there. It seemed like that giant from last night seems like she's going to be our best chance of getting in.
And you all are absolutely sure that you have to get through this cat encampment to get where you need to go? It seems a bit more dangerous than it should be.
We're adventurers. What's life without a little danger?
There's adventuring and then there's stupidity, my friend. And this is a very fine line now.
We've crossed that line a long time ago. I'm in a major rush. I specifically need to get through there quickly. So we just need, as soon as we can, we need to get through that portal, go to the Feywilds. We gotta find someone and then make it back in one piece.
We're still having Tomb make us look like Goliath, though, right?
I think that'll help at least. It's probably going to help a couple of us. As for me, I am a little short for a Goliath, one might say.
Tomb screeches, and you can kind of probably think that it's like an affirmation, like, yeah, you're tiny. And Nyx speaks up. Well, why don't we have the smaller people be Goliath children?
Well, I was hoping we could just try to bind ourselves together as best we could and act almost as prisoners or food that was trapped.
Koros pipes up. What sort of security do you have that the moment that you walk through, they aren't just going to, kill you? If you're food.
That's the thing. We don't. I don't know what's...
Haven't you all been in shackles before, or tried something similar to this and ended up, I don't know, trapped?
I don't know if like this specifically. Trying to break into a break in, I guess. We got taken by one man. We were taken by one man and were held prisoner for a while.
So maybe we shouldn't bind ourselves up, since you guys have been through that before.
At this moment, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get through that portal. I need to get home.
Then as short as we can be Goliath children, everyone else can be Goliath adults, and Beliona leads us through with her supreme status or whatnot.
Like I said, at this point, I'm willing to do anything it takes to get through.
Around this time, you hear off to your guys' right, sort of taking back branches and just sort of like twigs breaking sounds emanating from the right.
From which way?
The right.
The right? I'm going to look over to the right.
You see, like, as you guys all look over, Beliana steps through, looking a little less... instead of the clothes that she was wearing before, it looks like she's wearing more, like a sort of leather tunic, and then leather pants this time, and then has a bag over her shoulder, seemingly ready to go if she needs to go.
Well, it seems like you're ready for adventure.
Oh, yes. I went home. We had our feast, and I said goodbye without saying goodbye, you know, because you don't want to make people think you know what I mean. So I just sort of had my final moments with the people that I know. And now I'm here. Are all of you ready?
So what? Oh, I think we are. What's the plan on getting us through that gate?
Oh, I thought that you all had a plan. But I suppose that I could sneak you in.
Out of curiosity, how tall is a Goliath child?
Goliath child.
Just like, would it happen to be around, and I'm going to point at all of the people who are around my height, around this tall.
And remind me, how tall are you again?
I'm like 5'7", 5'6". I'm a short boy.
Why are you pointing at me?
Huh?
We're the same height. She can see we're the same height.
And she kind of chuckles a little bit. Goliath children, I don't know, and she kind of like stands a little closer.
I think actually you're a little bit tall for a Goliath child. They normally have a growth spurt pretty quickly. They get born, they live for about 10 years, and they're probably about, and she goes down to she puts her hand where your head is, but then shrinks it down to where your clavicle is.
Oh.
She says, probably right about there. And you can see that this is at her, about halfway up her body. And then after that, they grow pretty fast to their normal height that they will probably be after that, which is probably around where my height is.
All right. So we have two plans forming right now. One seems better than the other, but I don't know if now, because our friend Tomb here, he can make us look like Goliaths if he wanted, with some magic.
Oh.
But doesn't change the height all that much, just a little bit, from how I understand it.
Well, your friend Tomb, is it? Yes, Tomb, over there, and if I'm remembering right, I believe Nyx is tall as well.
I think so.
She looks at Tomb and Nyx, and she says, well, it looks like those two probably could pass. Nyx, I think you said his name was,
yes.
probably would be a bit on the small side, but your friend Tomb over there, if we're just talking about height and not just looks, probably just a little bit under average.
All right. So the other idea was if you brought us in prisoner, or someone brought us in prisoners type of thing, what would happen to us?
Well, it really depends on, I don't do a lot of hunting, so me bringing in a whole round of prisoners or meat or food, would probably raise a couple eyebrows. Due to my normal, I sort of bring back interesting sort of berries and maybe some fish, but I'm not much of a big and large hunter like the rest of my family is. But if I were to be able to pass that off, and she kind of thinks for a little bit. I think it really depends on the need of food. We just had a feast last night. All of you kind of saw all of our hunters coming in with more and more food. We had a couple that didn't come back, so we're searching for those. Usually we don't have that issue. But with our feast last night, we're a little bit low on food reserves. So it's pretty even if they would just kill you there, or if they would just put you in our hold.
Well then, both of those ideas, is there a easier way to get in without getting, or by getting past guards, or is that pretty much a no can do?
Well, we could go in the front doors over there, which I just walked out of. but we're pretty well fortified. So there is. Do you remember all of the sort of fortification we had outside of the base of the mountain?
Yes, I do.
So that stops probably around the back of the mountain. So there's a front door and a back door. So we can leave in either direction, just in case. And the back door is less guarded up front, but going up the mountain there are more guards.
So, can we see the mountain right now, Sam?
Yeah, so the mountain, you're in this clearing. It's probably a little bit miles away from the mountain, but you can see off in the distance this mountain. And yeah, you can see like the sort of small like people moving around it doing their day-to-day lives, and you see like the small smoke trails coming up from the mountain. As you can see, like people are seemingly making food for breakfast or whatever meal they call it. But yes.
So on the mountain, where is the gate?
The gate that we protect is, and she points at the very top of the mountain. It's at the very top. It's not the tip. It's not the very tippy top, but it's almost there. And but it's not on the front, it's on the back.
How guarded is the top of the mountain?
Well, I would say that there are, and she starts counting on her fingers. 1, 2, 3, 6, 10. And after 10, she keeps going. Like at the gate or on the back of the mountain?
Where the gate is, because I might have an idea, and it all depends on how many people surround the gate on a daily basis.
Well, on a daily basis, we are not too worried about people coming up from the bottom or around the side. So there are less guards up the mountain, but there's still plenty of guards going up and down the mountain. I don't really go back there too much, so I can't really name a number. It just seems like a lot when you look at them. But from my quick little adventures around, I probably saw at one point there's about 5 to 8 guards usually around the gate.
Okay. Tavis.
Yes.
What do you remember of the portal to the Feywilds? Does it need to be activated, or is it just step on it and go? Or step through it?
Do I remember? Can I do a history check?
So I would say that you would just know, honestly. Unless you want to know more about it, then you can roll. But you would know that this portal is constantly active. It's not needing any energy because it's coming from the Feywild, and it's a tear in the plane. So it doesn't need to be powered on or off. It's just there.
Okay. I turned it to roll and I say, It's just a walk-through portal. It'll just be there. We just gotta walk in.
Okay, I might have an idea. It just might be crazy, though.
Go on.
Let me check something real quick. And I'm gonna make a psionic link with Tomb. Tomb. Do you, I remember a spell you've used it before, that slows your descent. Are you...
Tomb nods.
How long, if we dropped from a good ways up, how long would it take us to get to the ground? Would it take a long time? Would it be fairly quick? Or can we fall fast and then when we get closer to the ground, you cast it on us? And how many people can you cast it on?
Tomb thinks for a second after nodding, after confirming that he does have that spell.
Cool.
Tomb tells you that he does have the spell Featherfall, and that it only lasts for 60 seconds.
Okay.
And that he can do it on 5 falling creatures within range, including him.
1, 2, 3.
And it descends, and he tells you that the creature's rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends.
Alrighty. Liliana, could you have you seen the gate before, and what does it look like? Is it tall? Is it like something you stand on? Is it a hole in the ground? What is the gate?
So on my adventures, I really just kind of, I didn't get all the way up to the gate. I kind of saw that it was kind of a pink color, and that I saw the light emanating from it, but I didn't want to get caught, so I didn't see it.
All
but
right.
I saw its light.
So when you did you see? Tavis. Same question. Do you remember if this is like is it a walkthrough, fall into? How does this portal work? Is it like just we run through it, or do we like jump into a hole? Because I might have an idea. It might be crazy enough to work.
Do I remember this?
Yeah, you would know that when you... Actually, sorry, give me a history check, because this would have been where you would have been attacked.
Oh, true. That is 13.
Right. So it was... Man, you were walking through, and this was the first time of you being to the material plane, from the prime material plane. So all of your emotions were kind of running high. Oh, sorry, but wait. I'm thinking, nope, it wouldn't have been your first time, but one of it, like, you've been to the material plane a couple times, I should say, not your first time.
So the first time getting attacked coming to the material plane.
Yes, that is what I mean. But so you're not used to like immediately being almost decked when you walk through.
Yeah.
So you kind of had to run pretty darn fast. But you know that you walked through, but it was kind of more or less walking through a door.
That was the sensation. Like, you didn't
Okay.
drop, you didn't fall, you just walked through, and you were there. And you remember a sort of pink glow, like Beliana was saying before.
Well, it was some time ago, but I do recall right before I was attacked, walking through. So we will just need to walk through this one, and I'm certain of that. And I'm certain because I remember it being the portal being the same color as Ileana described it.
Okay, Tyril's gonna like rub his hands together, like, all right. Nyx, question for you. Do you happen to have the spell Fly ready? The one that lets you fly around?
Nyx looks up briefly from his journal as he's seemingly writing down more sketches and more ideas, and he looks at briefly and says, I always have Fly, and looks back down.
Okay. Because there's me, Tomb, Nyx, Tavis, Red Guest, Beliana, and am I missing anybody? Besides the three who are taking the carpet. Well, actually, we haven't asked that. Valentine and what was her husband's name?
My husband's name is Koras.
Sorry, thank you. So sorry. Scatterbrained. What?
Understandably.
Our friend here, Virgil. Where we're going, it's going to be very dangerous for him. But the way it sounds, we're going to be ending up in the same place. Because you said you're going to Owleton, right?
We weren't planning on going to Owleton. We were going to Sarosta, to the Topsy Tavern to talk with our friend Gwendra.
Well, I believe if my memory serves me correctly, those are two neighboring towns. Would you be?
Yes, I think so.
Would you be able to take care of our friend Virgil, and meet us in Owleton in a few days? Well, maybe weeks. I don't know how long it's going to take us.
Virgil looks up quickly. What? No, I'm coming with you.
It's where we're going is way too dangerous. There is no way. I don't know if how we're going to make it through there.
But I need. What if Perthy's on the other side?
Perthy won't be on the other side of this point.
How do you know that, Tavis?
Because on the other side of the portal is my home world, the Feywild.
And how do you know that Perthy didn't go to your home?
Perthy, the way what he said, he told us that he was going to be gone from everything related to this world for a while. The Wild Mother was taking him to a whole nother, I guess, trying to think of how to describe it. It's like a different reality to ours.
Why would she do that? Why would she just take someone that I care about? And she sounds dumb.
I'm gonna go up, hug Virgil. I don't know what's happening with Perthy. He said he's going to come back, but I know he left to protect this world. He left to go protect it from some big great evil. That's
and I need to go and protect him, but also make a persuasion roll.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
This one's the one that rolled a 20. Persuasion. Does a 22 work? No, I'm sorry. 23.
You can see that that Virgil pushes out of your hug, tensing and not saying anything, just walks back to Valentine and Chorus.
Thank you. Thank you, Virgil. Would you two be able to take care of him until we can meet up again?
Valentine looks up and over at Chorus, and before he can answer, she says, I mean, we're preparing to welcome another child into this world, so Virgil, I would be very happy. We would be very happy. She looks up at Chorus and then back down to Virgil. To have you with us for any amount of time that you will be with us. And Virgil just kind of, with his arms folded and his head down, he just kind of nods.
I'm going to Virgil, you're a very smart boy, and right now we need you here with these two. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just I don't know this place, and the person who I've seen in my whole life as the most powerful person in the world, he's in danger there, and so I don't know what's going to happen to us. But we need you to keep an eye out for Nina and your brother, well, adopted brother, you know.
And kind of, when you mention Snelpy, his kobold friend, he kind of like shakes his head a little bit. His back is facing you, and kind of just a quick nod again.
Thank you. Don't worry, we will stay in touch. I can send messages over great distances, even across plains.
Nothing this time.
Well, here's the plan. Here's my idea. Liliana, I hope you don't mind heights at all.
No, I was raised on a mountain, but no,
Alrighty.
I haven't really taken my feet off the ground, if so. I don't actually know.
Well, we're gonna go on an adventure. Alright, so we have Ekman, me, Beliana, Tavis, Tomb, Redguest, and Nyx can cast Fly on himself. So my idea, what if we can fly up over the encampment on the carpet a good 100 feet? Does somebody know a way to disguise us for a while?
Are you saying like your Goliath thing, like you were saying before, or
Like, be able to make us look like a cloud while we're flying, and then when we drop, we're able to get into the portal fast.
Okay. I have a major image. I could disguise the as long as it's no larger than a 20-foot cube, I could make the carpet look like a cloud.
I think that'll work.
All right.
So here's my idea. We take the carpet up fairly high, up over the mountain. Try to get as close to the peak as we're comfortable. And then we're all going to jump. Nix, you're going to have to cast Fly on yourself to be able to have enough people to land safely. Or if we can, depending on how big the portal is, get close enough to the portal where we can jump through and cast Featherfall. Is that what it was, Tomb? That was
Gracious. Nodding. Tomb nods.
be able to cast that on us. And if we can get through that as soon as we can avoid much of a fight. Because I don't think any of us would survive if we started any ruckus.
Tomb nods, but and he starts writing down on his notepad and then turns it around and says, are we leaving behind Felry?
Oh. Wait, Felry's here?
Yes, last time Emma told you all that Felry was there.
I was asleep. I went to bed because I
no, she told you that before that.
Oh, I thought she told me that after. Okay. Oh, right. All right. Maybe we need a new plan. Where?
I mean, I'm sure he's fine.
No,
or she, whoever Felry is.
This man has done a great deal to. He was a great friend, and he's given me more than enough. I feel that we could help him out this time of need. Beliana, do you know of a man named Felry here? And I kind of describe Felry to her.
Oh, so we had him in our holding cell.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally don't deal with any of the cooking or anything like that. But I don't know if he's there.
They did just have a big feast last night.
Oh, I have an idea. I'm going to spend 4 focus points. I think this will be the first time Beliana sees Tibril glowing as much as he does.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send a message to Felry. Hello, friend. This is Tibril. Are you all right? Are you still in the Goliath stronghold? And then that's the message.
All right. So all of you see as Tibril shuts his eyes and his body glows with a yellow and vaguely purple light. Just kind of light overwhelms him. And after a second, it comes back. And as you send this message, Tibril, there is a couple seconds where you feel like the message, like the connection, sort of like a phone connection almost, feels a little shoddy. But it somehow still finds purchase. And after your message, there's a hesitant answer back. Oh. I didn't really see myself here, to be quite honest. Ow. Well, that's it.
Okay, he's still alive. He is in there. How many of us are no, never mind. That won't work. That won't work. How I'm thinking. Do you know where the holding cell is, Belliana?
Yes, I do. I could. And Ekman kind of cuts in. Why don't we just do the idea we keep all running around with the illusion? Why don't, like, some of us could go on the carpet, some of us, we could split up. We could go and get celery and go up to the top. And the rest of the party waits at the top as a giant cloud. And as he finishes this sentence, you hear in the back as thunder gets closer and closer. And the wind starts to pick up.
Yeah. Whatever we do, we gotta do it now. But I like that idea. Who's willing to go on foot?
Ekman raises his hand.
I'm raising my hand.
I think we need you on the carpet, Tavis.
Yeah, but yeah.
Valentine pops in. If you'll teach me how to drive the carpet, if you feel like you need to be inside of the encampment, I probably could do that for you.
Well, we need Tomb to disguise them, but for anyone who stays on the carpet.
Doesn't Tomb have the same ability to make people seem different, look different? Maybe not making a huge illusion, but like he's made us look like a cloud before. We send Tomb up there. Me, you, Ekman. We can go up. We can meet them up there.
True.
Is anybody else wanting to come?
Virgil raises his hand.
Virgil? This is a very, very dangerous mission.
Wait. How about this? I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the carpet and anybody who needs it. And I'll teach them how to drive the carpet while we wait up near the portal for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll jump down, and Tomb can cast it on me as I'm about to hit the ground. Featherfall as I'm about to hit the ground, and then we'll walk through the portal. How about that?
Alrighty. So,
Converge. Yeah.
What were you saying?
And Virgil. I turn to Virgil.
Yeah?
Would you want to learn know how to fly the magic carpet?
That sounds cool. Yeah, I could do that.
All right.
Alrighty. So, I think me, Ekman, and Belliana are going into the encampment. We'll get Fellery and meet you back at the portal.
Yes.
Alrighty. Let's do that.
Right.
Let's do this. We don't have a lot of clear skies, it seems like.
True.
Red Guest, where did you say you were going?
I'm going with the carpet gang.
Carpet gang.
Carpet gang.
Carpet gang.
All right.
So Tibril and NPCs, and then everyone else on the carpet. Got it.
Basically.
Tibril, the madman.
What a freaking time. All right.
So, Tim looks at you, nods, and then waves his hand while the other hand does some somatic tracing, and you see a greenish light pulse from both of his hands, and then you guys look down and you see that your skin is now whiter, and your hand looks larger and denser, and you look down and you see several like brownish orange markings wisping through your arms, all different. And Ekman looks over, and he was a taller guy, so he looks to be an adult Goliath, and he looks over at you, down at you, Tibril, as you are now 4 foot tall, childlike.
Oh, good.
And he kind of giggles a little bit.
Question: how pretty does Ekman look?
So Ekman, the features look, he looks pretty effeminate, of course. His, he has very sharp features as a tiefling, and translated over as a Goliath, you see that these features have just become a little more masculine, sort of just like muscles added around them, and no horns, of course.
Right.
But he looks large and stocky, and he is wearing sort of a leather made skirt, as you've seen other Goliath wear.
Wait, how tall am I?
You are now 4 foot tall.
Where does my face end up on his body?
So him being about 7.5
Oh, good.
to 8 foot tall.
So like belly button height?
Yeah, like not the groin.
Okay, good.
So that's good.
Yeah. Timber would be a little bit more flustered than he already is, looking at him.
Ekman looks down and kind of giggles. This will be fun.
Well, pats himself on the face. All right, let's I guess let's go.
I guess I am a child.
Indeed you are.
I am a tiny boy.
Here, why don't you hold my hand, little one?
He holds his hand out.
If you could see Tibril blushing now, whatever that looks like for a Goliath, would be the equivalent of red in the face, holding Ekman's hand.
Ekman just kind of laughs, but doesn't look back down. All right, why don't we go on a family trip, Beliana? And that was this episode of Audio Adventures. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and most of all, please share to get out the word so we can share our story with you and keep doing what we're doing. If you have an idea for an NPC, a shop, or even an encounter, please comment down below. You might be seeing any of those in the next session or maybe even the upcoming sessions. Again, thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next week. Please stay safe, everyone, and wear those seatbelts.